the significant shift with Yamnaya and Indo-Aryan movements, and the current religions. In the last video, we looked at the movement of Yamnaya people to the European, Indian, and Persian regions by 3300 BC to 1500 BC, and how these ancient connections shaped the cultures, languages, and traditions of both regions today. As a starting point, Yamnaya people, or the Indo-Iranians, first migrated to the Iranian plateau around 2000 BCE. Steppe-related migration into the Indus Valley region is estimated to have occurred around 1800 to 1500 BCE, either from Iranian region or from the Pontic-Caspian region directly. This mid-Bronze Age is very significant, as Abraham was born in Iran region in around 2000 to 1800 BCE. Abraham is considered the first of the Hebrew patriarchs, the founding father of the Jewish people. He is the ancestor of Isaac and Jacob, from whom the 12 tribes of Israel descended. Christians also recognize Abraham as a father of faith, not just for the Jewish people, but for all believers. Even in Islam, Abraham or Ibrahim is mentioned as a mighty prophet from the God. Zoroastrianism, one of the world's oldest monotheistic religions, also evolved in Persia during the time. Zoroaster is the founder of Zoroastrianism. Based on linguistic and archaeological evidence, place him somewhere between 1500 BCE and 1000 BCE. This earlier dating is supported by analyses of the language of the Gathas, the oldest Zoroastrian texts, which exhibit similarities to older Indo-Iranian languages. So a lot of religious events and evolutions had happened at that time. During this interesting timeline in the Indian subcontinent, the roots of Hinduism had emerged as a new belief system from existing beliefs with the Indus Valley civilization. The Hindu beliefs were born, and the first Hindu religious text, or Vedas, were written during the time. The oldest of Vedas, Rig Veda, were written approximately by 1500 BCE and 1100 BCE. The other three Vedas composed between 1100 to 800 BCE. The Upanishads form the philosophical conclusion of the Vedas, composed between roughly 800 BCE and 500 BCE. These formed the building blocks of the current Hinduism as we see today. The Vedas were written in Vedic Sanskrit, a language belonging to the family of the Indo-European languages. See the similarity in the names of Abraham and Brahma, as well as their consorts Sarah and Saraswati, and the timelines of Abraham's birth and the time Rig Vedas were written. Can this be a coincidence? This can also show the movement of people, languages, culture, and beliefs from Iranian plateau to Indian subcontinent. Lot of archaeological artifacts recovered in India and Iran, connecting the two regions and the timelines. In fact, there are evidence of interaction between the Indus Valley civilization and Mesopotamian civilization in Iran, even before the Yamnaya movement in the Indian region. When we look at the Abrahamic faiths, Jewish and Islam are monotheistic religions. In Christianity, they consider Jesus as Son of God, and some may even attribute him as God. Zoroastrianism is a monotheistic religion, which is even followed today by a minority group in Iran and India. Hinduism is a polytheistic religion with multiple manifestations of divinity varying across the regions of India. All of this happened in the same region with a lot of mixing of people, so we should look at a common origin point as to how it all began and the reasons for the changes or evolutions in each of the religious beliefs. Buddhism also evolved in the Indian subcontinent at that period. Gautama Buddha, the founder, was born around 563 BCE and passed away around 483 BCE. Jainism, another religion in India, also evolved at the same time. Mahavira, the 24th Tirthankara of Jainism, was born in 599 BCE. There are a lot of Buddhist followers who lives in China and Eastern Asian countries, and Jain population predominantly in India. So there is indeed a lot to look at as how all of the major religions, including Christianity, Buddhism, Islam, Jewish beliefs, all had a common starting point in the Iranian plateau, and how they all evolved to the current beliefs.